morning, Cumberland Valley. So I walked into the shop here in Mechanics and I got jumped right away by, I won't mention names, but I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. It's one of the three guys that works on chippers. And he said he's had a big problem with the clutch handles breaking and the linkage between the clutch handle and the front pulley up here on these chippers breaking. And he said the only reason that would be is because guys are forcing the handles into engagement, or they're trying to force them when they don't want to engage. So I witnessed this the other day. I wanted to say something and got busy and didn't, so now you're going to hear it. The very first day, I explained to everybody when they run these chippers and they watch a video about them and they take the chipper operator course, but I'm going to remind everybody again anyhow. So after you start the chipper up, when you first engage the drum, right? So we're going to get, if this was running, we were ready to chip, we were going to engage the drum and then we're going to pull it down into high, right? So when we first engage the drum, if all you hear is a squealing belt, back off, jack the feed roller up, and clean it out. Only bad things happen when you try and engage the drum, and then you try again, and you try all of a sudden, or maybe you throttle it up real quick, and then try to engage it. Only bad things happen when you try to do that. That's when these are getting broken. And what I'm talking about, or what Alan, I just disclosed his name. What he's talking about is that arm right down there. Okay, you can see the new metal there, that's what they replace. So it's not necessarily that, but it's this linkage down here that gets broken. But when you horse these things around, that gets broken. Belts burn up if the belts are constantly squealing. But what I explained to everybody also on their first day is that there is dead space between the drum and the feed roller. You have those chunks of wood that, just like we've all experienced, will float up under the drum on your way to another job or while you're doing whatever, and not allow the drum to engage when you try to do that. So how do you prevent it? So this is the key. How do you prevent debris from getting in there and jamming that drum while you're en route to the next job or while you're on the way back to the shop? So if you think about it, we chip all the brush off of a tree, then we chip big pieces of wood, and then we're done chipping, typically. So when we're chipping that wood is when you're getting the golf ball sized debris that's jamming these drums up. A great tip, and something I first heard from Evan years ago when he was still running a crew, was to toss a piece of brush aside, piece of small or medium-sized brush aside, so when you're done chipping wood, the last thing you chip is that piece of brush. It cleans that area out, and all your small debris that's going to jam your drum is going through the chipper. And now you have a clean area, much less likely for that drum to get jammed, just with debris getting jammed up in there on the way to the next job. So I needed to address that for the sake of the mechanics' sanity, because he's mentioned they replaced a few of these just last week or just this week, and it keeps happening. And probably the only reason is from forcing this thing into engagement or trying to engage it when it's jammed up. So think about it. If you have any comments, questions, let me know. If that's not the case, if it didn't break while you were doing something like that, also let me know. Otherwise, now you can chip better, now you can get less jams and hopefully be more productive.